Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing this evening? We're gonna get started here in just a second with the Create Your Financial Plan Challenge. This is what I would say is, I guess, the second edition or the evening edition, right? So this is my second time sharing this information because I'm serious about this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. This is what I do. I help people get to a place where they truly want to be with their finances, guys. So there's nothing more than nothing else I love to be doing more than spending time with you today, this evening. I can remember a time when, might be hanging out, uh, going out, getting dressed, getting ready to go to the club, getting ready to spend all your money, right? Uh, you know, those were the days, and so thank God that eventually you gain some wisdom, you gain a better understanding and a better appreciation of what money can do for you, right? Instead of you spending time to spend it all. And so thank God for that. But so I'm just trying to take a few minutes so Facebook can get their job together. Facebook, Meta, whoever, whatever they calling themselves these days. Just want them to kind of get the message out so people can get this information, guys. I can't think of anything more important than to be talking about your money. Your money. So, for those of you who've already joined, who's coming on in, I want to be respectful and honor your time. And so, as always, I like to go ahead and get right to it. And that's what I'm going to do now. So, let's get started, guys. Let's get the party started. So, welcome to Create Your Financial Plan Challenge. This is what this is, guys. I'm going to be doing this for the next week, for the next 7 days or so. I'm going to be sharing with you information about how to get your financial plan together. And I'm going to be sharing with you resources so you are able to make sure that you have a financial plan in place like now. Now. Okay? And you'll understand why here in a moment as I go through this. So let's get started. Creating your financial plan challenge. So, who is this for? First of all, if you're not making the kind of money that you truly want to make, if you haven't saved as much as you would like to save for retirement, for emergency fund, or for whatever purpose, children's college, whatever it is, if you haven't saved as much as you would like, if you're not sure how to improve your finances, and if you want more financial freedom and financial security, then guess what, guys? You are in the right place. So, who am I? My name is Alex Jones. I'm a financial educator, licensed insurance advisor, Amazon best-selling author, and I retired 3 years ago. Now I get a chance to spend my time doing exactly this, sharing with other people, sharing with them how they can get to retirement, early retirement, right? Hopefully that's a goal that you have. And and we want to be able to show you how. I want to show you how to use your money in a way where you're able to live your best life. Okay. So that's a little bit of what I do. I help families get past their fear, anxiety, and doubts about money. I don't know about you, but I know I definitely had some fear. I had some anxieties, and I had some doubts about whether or not I was going to be able to get to a place of being able to retire, whether or not I was going to have the financial resources to take care of things that I needed to take care of. I had plenty of doubts about money. But I want to help you get over those things so you can live your best life and leave a legacy for your family. So here's my mission. My mission is to help 200 families this year, the year that's coming up for 2022. I want to help 200 families change their relationship with money, help them build wealth, and put them in a position where they're able to impact future generations. That's what this is all about. So, why am I doing this? You may wonder. So, let me share a little bit with you. Number one, guys, we know this and we talk about this all the time. The fact that money is not taught in high school. And I can tell you also, having gone to business school and studied finance and economics, guess what? They don't teach it in college either. The whole goal behind college and high school is to teach you to be a more productive worker. It is not to teach you how to uh, build wealth, how to create economic freedom. Freedom. It's actually designed to make you a more productive worker so they can continue to tax you and make money off you. That's the reason why they don't teach it. That's the reason why personal finance is not taught in high schools or college, right? It's by design. It's not like they said, oh, we forgot. We didn't realize how important. They know exactly how important personal finance is. And they know and understand that if they were teaching these things in high school, they would have fewer workers entering the workforce. And those people who did enter the workforce probably would not be, quote unquote, the pick of the litter. So they know exactly what they're doing. The other reason why I'm doing this is because money is a very, very taboo subject. People don't like talking about their money. Money often, your net worth is often associated with your self worth. And that's something that we need to unlink. We need people to know and understand how much money you have doesn't determine who you are as a person. It doesn't determine the level of the amount of value you have in the world. That's not what that does. And so a lot of people don't want to talk about money because they feel like, well, I've made some past mistakes. I've done some dumb things over my life. Maybe I'm not in a financial position where I should be, and I don't want people to know about that. But guys, I'm here to tell you, I really, really want us to get past that. And I want us to start having grown-up conversations about money. Not conversations about how much I spent at the club, how much I made it rain, how many bands I spent on a purse or Gucci belt. It's not about bragging and flexing and flossing. We want to have mature conversations about investments and how we can make our money grow and work for us. People are not talking about, guess what? Um, Information about how to build wealth and how to make it all work is not geared towards Gen X people. Generation X, those persons who are between the ages of 40 and 56, most of the information, the books, the magazines, the TV shows, the things that you read and see, they're not geared towards Generation X people. And we're the ones who honestly need it most because baby boomers are already in retirement age. And so, as Generation X people, we need to position ourselves because oftentimes we have parents elderly parents that we might be supporting, and we may have children who are either going to college, who are either living with us, and so they call us the sandwich generation. We're stuck right in the middle. We have kids that we have to, in some way, support and help take care of, and then we have parents who might need some help as well. And then we also know that women are paid unfairly. Women make less than men. Uh, People of color make less than their counterparts. We know that this is the case. So we need to be talking about what's needed, what needs to happen for us to address these areas of concern and these challenges so we can start to build wealth for ourselves and our family. So just to give you an idea, 57% of all Americans have less than $1,000 saved total. Less than $1,000 saved. In addition to that, we know that when you take a look at the typical black family, the net worth of a typical black family is $17,000, but compared to the typical white family, on average, it's about $171,000. Hey, we're talking about 10 times as much. This one statistic right here, guys, should just let you know that there are some challenges here, and we need to make sure we address these challenges so we can overcome some of these things that are happening. So it's been projected that for people who are 65 years or older, 7 out of 10 people will require long-term care, some type of care, some type of assisted living, living in a nursing home, or some type of hospice care, hospital care. We know that 7 out of 10 people will need some long-term care in their lifetime. And the average cost of long-term care is roughly about $4,500. So this is something that we've had to, we've been faced with in our family when we were looking at how to take care of my mother. And so, guys, these are real concerns. These are, I hope you never ever have to make this type of decision. But if you do, we want to make sure that it's one that doesn't cause you stress and anxiety, and it doesn't worry the hell out of you at night for trying to figure out how to take care of a parent and to make sure they're in a good place. You want to make sure that they're well taken care of. Um, Fortunately, my sister retired as well, and she is the primary caregiver for our mother. And fortunately, I've been blessed enough to retire as well. And so I spend time at home, giving her a break and allowing her and her family to be able to enjoy life a bit. And I would not be able to do that if I had not started working with and doing some of the strategies and some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you in this challenge. So I'm just going to ask you straight up, straight out, hey, do you have a financial plan? Do you have a financial plan? And in this case, I'm not talking about just kind of an idea, kind of a wish, some things that you would kind of sort of like to do. That's not a plan. I want to make sure that you have a clear financial plan, because according to research, 32% of all Americans set up and keep a plan, keep a financial plan. 32%. So that means about 70% of the population don't have a plan at all. Don't know how to manage their money. Don't have a way to make sure they're able to reach their financial goals. Don't have a way to make sure that they are getting close to their retirement goals. Don't have anything in place. And so we wonder why so many people are struggling. Again, 57% of people don't have $1,000 saved. And there's a reason why. And it has everything to do with the fact that no plan, no plan. Okay. So first, let's talk about what is a financial plan. A financial plan is a comprehensive picture of your current finances, right? It includes your financial goals, the things that you hope to do, your aspiration, your dreams, the things that you want to be able to do and accomplish in your life. And it includes any strategies to help achieve these goals. That's what a financial plan entails. Okay, And in this talk, I'm going to be sharing with you what makes a plan effective and makes it powerful. So, let's talk about it. If you don't have a financial plan, let me, as I just shared with you a minute ago, 70% of people don't have one, but we want to be able to fix that because we know the only way that you're going to be able to have financial security and have financial freedom, the only way that you're going to be able to get to a place of having financial independence is if you create a plan. That is the only way. I always tell people it starts in your head, and then whatever's in your head has to move to paper. And then once it's on paper, you can have it in your hands. You can't get it, you can't achieve it, you can't have it. It said write the vision and make it plain. So once you write the vision, it says also that people perish for a lack of vision. So we're talking about putting together a financial vision for yourself and for your family, and that's what this is all about. So if you don't have one, very quickly, I want to invite you to the master class that I have coming up November 20th. How to create a powerful financial plan that's easy to manage and stays on track. You can go to alexbjones.com/plan. You can get all the details there and check it out. Okay. So I wanted to share that very quickly, and because I didn't want you to leave without having a resource to help you develop a financial plan. So, first, what must your financial plan have in order for it to be powerful, in order for it to be effective and easy to manage? Number one, you must have an earning strategy associated or addressed, covered in your financial plan. What do I mean by an earning strategy? An earning strategy is all about how you plan to generate the income you need to fund your lifestyle, to reach your goals, and for you to have an impact in the world. That's what this is all about. And I always tell people, all dollars aren't equal. Okay, all dollars are not equal. If if you earned $100 a month, just for an easy example, how you earned that money makes a huge difference. If you are a business owner or self-employed and you generated $100 a month, guess what? You get to write off a whole list of things first, and then you are taxed on what's left. Okay? If you are an employee, it is called earned income, and that means that you don't have any write-offs and you are taxed on your whole check. If you Your whole check is taxed. So they take out if you have any savings and other things that are coming out first. If you don't have that, they tax your whole check, and the tax rate is higher on earned income than it is if you were a small business owner, if you were self-employed, or if you were an investor who generated that money. So that's the reason why I tell people it makes a huge difference how you generate your income. So your earning strategy should be one that helps you to generate multiple streams of income. Those income streams should be as passive as possible, and it should be efficient. And what I mean by efficient, meaning uh, you bring home for every dollar you generate, you want to make it in such a way that you're bringing home a bigger portion of it. If you happen to get a second job or work overtime, guess what? The amount that they tax you actually goes up. The tax rate goes up depending on if you make more money. And so that's basically hustling backwards. And we want to make sure that you're not hustling backwards. If you're joining me, please put your name in the comment box so I can shout you out directly. And let me know if this is making sense. And so I want people to make sure that they are taking the time to figure out strategically what are my financial needs? How much money do I need to bring in on a monthly basis to live the lifestyle that I want? And then how might I be able to go about achieving that? And 9 times out of 10, gentlemen, ladies, it's not going to be with getting a second job. So we have to be a little bit smarter. We have to be a little bit more strategic, and we have to start figuring out how can I figure out how to solve a problem, a small problem for a lot of people, or how do I deliver massive value to a few people? We want to start looking for strategies and ways in order to do that. And that's step number one that you must accomplish and must take a look at. And the beautiful thing about it, guys, there are over 8 different ways that you can generate income. We got earned income that I talked about, which is the least effective way, which is having a job. Being an investor, if you happen to be in the stock market, you get dividends, you get capital gains. If you have money and you're able to lend it out, you can get interest income. Obviously, we're not talking about working with banks because banks aren't paying anything. They're not giving you anything. Banks are making money off your money, and we're going to be talking about that. So there are so many different ways that you can make money, and that's the beautiful, beautiful thing about this economy today. This economy there are so many opportunities. No longer do we have to go in and beg for a job where we go and work for 20, 30, and 40 years, trading hours for dollars. That's a fool's game. And so we need to start working smarter and working better. Okay. So what else do you need? Your financial plan, in order for it to be effective, for it to be powerful, for it to be easy to manage, right, and keeps you on track, you must have a savings component in there. How are you going to go about saving and managing the money that you earn? There's a very interesting book. Maybe you've read it. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And one of the main things that is talked about in this book, it talks about the importance of paying yourself. The importance of paying yourself. You have to make sure if you have worked 40 hours a week, 50, 60 hours a week, whatever it is, if you worked all that time and then after you've gotten paid and you've gotten your check, you're not saving anything for yourself, that makes absolutely no sense. And so many times people will they'll look up and they'll say, Alex, it's hard for me to save money. And this is what people are saying to me when they start working with me from the very beginning. But I begin to show them and I share with them that oftentimes they're making enough money. It's just that they don't have any way of knowing exactly what they should be doing with their money. They don't have a spending plan. They don't have a plan at all. And so every dollar that you earn, you should have something. It should have a job that you want it to do. It should have some goal that you want it to accomplish. And those goals that we talked about, those are the things that we determine for ourselves early on. What are my financial goals? How much does it cost me? What is it going to take for me to reach that goal? What's my goal in the next 90 days, in the first quarter of the year? What's my goal for 2022? Most of us don't have one. And if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. And part of this is you want to have a saving strategy. And part of your saving strategy is you want to make sure that you are absolutely paying yourself first. It should be on autopilot. And this is something that you want to make sure that you're doing. A lot of people say, I don't have any willpower. I don't have any discipline. Or at the end of the month, I don't have any money left over. Well, guess what? If you get to the place where you have an automated process and you're paying yourself first, now what you're doing is you are putting your dollars where your priorities and your values are. And so if you value yourself and if you value the things that are important to you, then you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up to pay yourself first, right? And now you don't have to worry about how am I going to save money after paying all of my bills. You put yourself first, and then you live off everything else that you have, whatever it is that you want to do. And so you have to make sure that your lifestyle fits into what's left over. Pay yourself first, okay? Manage yourself first. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you're not spending your money wastefully, and you're not putting it in what I call wealth killers. If you're paying a lot of money in terms of debt and interest, that's doing nothing but killing your wealth. If you're paying a lot in taxes, you need to have a strategy to eliminate that legally. Uh, Taxes, that's another wealth killer. And what people don't know is inflation. Inflation right now is particularly high. We're talking about 5 or 6% inflation year over year. So that means that $100 that I talked about before, if you had $100 right now, that $100 would actually be worth $95 next year if inflation keeps up at the same pace that it is now. So those are things that you have to take into account. And the reason why I say that is because you can't save your way to wealth. You cannot save your way to wealth. Banks aren't paying money. They're not paying you to keep your money. They're making money off of your money, and you need to change that. How do you change that? You need to make sure that your financial plan has an investing strategy, an investing component with it. Why? Because again, I just said before, you cannot save your way to wealth. It's not possible. Banks aren't paying interest, and inflation is eating up your dollars. So you have to make sure that you're putting your dollars in a place where it can grow for you. And there are so many different ways that you can do that these days. Of course, we know about real estate, and there are so many different ways that you can actually benefit from investing in real estate without necessarily having to buy rental property. There are so many different ways that you can actually invest in commercial properties, in malls and corporate buildings. You don't have to have a lot of money to do it. You just have to understand the knowledge and have the strategies in place. How else might you be able to? Stocks and bonds, real estate. It could be as simple as investing in cryptocurrency. There are just so many different ways. But first of all, you have to sit down and figure out, what are my financial goals? Again, it goes back to what your goals are. What is your, as we say, what's your time horizon? When do you need those funds? When do you want to make sure that you have those funds in place? And then you can begin to take into account investment opportunities that help you reach those goals. Many times, people try to look for ways to flip money and flip a quick dollar and make it fast. And what you're doing is you're missing out on one of the most important components of investing, which is compound interest. Compound interest loves time. The longer your money is invested, the more you're able to generate over time. And if you do it well and you do it right, you do it in such a way that time makes up for, even if you have a little bit of money, if you put it in place and you invest it in the right way, time has a way of taking over and growing that money for you through compounded interest. And that is such an important component. So you want to make sure that you understand, what's my financial goals? What are some of the opportunities that I have? What are some of the risks associated with some of the things I'm thinking about investing in? How can I get the biggest bang for my buck while at the same time reducing risk? How can I make sure that I'm eliminating taxes at the same time? Your investment strategy should take into account all of those things, okay, in order for it to be effective and for it to be powerful. And finally, the fourth thing that your financial plan must include is how do you begin to protect your assets? How do you begin to protect the things that you have worked hard for all your life? You want to make sure that that beautiful home that you have saved and worked hard for and paid and paid the mortgage on. You want to make sure that all of the personal items and your savings and all of those things are protected. From what, you might ask? You want to make sure they're protected from inflation, from taxes, from the government. Just the other day, I was at an auction looking to buy some foreclosed properties. One of the properties that was up for sale was a house, and it was being foreclosed on, and it was being foreclosed on the estate of the property owner, which tells me that the property owner obviously passed away. So now the property is being sold or foreclosed, okay, because it said the estate of. So now this person has worked hard to save up money for a down payment. They've been making the mortgage payments, and unfortunately, they've passed away. But now, the children or the estate has now let it what? They've let it go away. They've said, you know what? For whatever reason, we're going to let the property get sold, let it get foreclosed on, and we're going to wash away our hands. We're going to wash our hands of it. And I don't know, what the person. I'm sure that the person bought the home. That's not what they wanted to have happen, and it happens so often, guys. People lose a source of income, and if you've qualified for a house based on two incomes and you lose one, that's one of the main reasons why people go into foreclosure. What's your plan for that? The main reason why people go into bankruptcy, number one reason is medical bills. And so you want to make sure that you are building a solid umbrella of protection around your assets from creditors, from bankruptcies, from judgment, from lawsuits, from taxes. And you want to make sure that your legacy gets passed on tax-free to your family and to your children's children. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, okay? So those are the four things, and I know maybe right now you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, and I certainly get it. I certainly get it. But I want to let you know, first of all, that it's not as difficult as you think, and this is something that you can do. I want to let you know that you can do this, okay? And if you don't know how to do it, no worries. I want to be able to share something with you so I can walk you through this step by step. So come November 20th of this month, I'm going to be doing a master class called How to Create a Powerful Financial Plan That's Easy to Manage and Stays on Track. And here are the things that you're going to discover. As we talked about the four areas that every FIRE plan must cover. FIRE stands for financial freedom, retire early. There's a whole community of people, whole community of us who are dedicated to helping you create a financial plan in order that you might be able to have financial freedom and possibly be able to retire early. What you will discover in this masterclass also, you'll gain a thorough understanding of where you are in your finances currently. And then you're going to develop financial goals that align with your priorities and values. Okay. In addition to that, once you know what your values and your priorities are, I'm going to show you how to set financial strategies in order to reach those goals. And as a result, you're going to be able to sleep more comfortably. You're going to have less stress, and you're going to have better relationships because you have a better relationship with money. You're going to have a higher quality of life, not limited by finances, and you're going to be able to leave a better legacy for your family. So again, this masterclass is coming up November 20th, how to create a powerful financial plan that's easy to manage and helps you stay on track. And like I said before, guys, at the very beginning, if you know that you're not in a place where you want to be financially, if you know that you want to have more financial security and more financial freedom, if you've made mistakes in the past, guys, all of that is okay. It is okay. But now what we have to do is we have to start positioning ourselves so we can learn and get the information that we need in order to transform our lives. And that's what this is all about. And that's what I've dedicated myself to doing. Like I said before, 200 families. I'm going to help 200 families transform their lives financially this year. That is my goal. And I hope you are one of them. Please go to alecbjones.com/plan, enroll in the course. And just to let you know, if you enroll today, instead of it being $47, it's just $27. Okay. So, hey guys, alecbjones.com/plan. Go and check out the details associated with it. I hope to see you inside this masterclass November 20th. This is going to be a powerful, powerful lesson. And in addition to that, guys, if you're not where you want to be and you want more financial independence, security, and freedom, having a financial plan is the only way to achieve it. So, alecbjones.com/plan. I hope to see you inside. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.